Good morning, guys. Today is April 27th, and there's a few things I wanted to show you before we got started. My morning glories are coming up. They're looking great out here in our raised bed. We're going to grow these vines up onto our trellis, and they'll be really pretty. We've got our ornamental sweet potatoes. And here's another experiment that I'm trying. I'm trying two mandevillas mixed together, and they're going to grow up on these cane poles. That should be really pretty this year. Another thing, you guys know that we've been working on the tractor. I've just about got the motor completely taken apart, and so you can see that. We still have it separated from the tractor. There's a bunch of the parts, the pistons and the cylinders and everything. We're going to come back to this in a day or two, and we're actually going to talk about this a little more. We're about ready to do so. But first, we're going to come out here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about surface area and volume. Alex is going to help me. Oh, and one thing that you guys also might want to see is the fact that my hair is getting really long. In fact, Alex, if you want to show them,
Yeah.
look how long it's getting in the back. I haven't had a haircut in forever, and I'm really starting to miss that. But anyway, so Lady's going to help us here, and we've got two different Ritz boxes. We've got the family size fresh stacks, and we've got the normal size. And what we're going to do, we're going to find surface area and volume. The surface area is going to tell us how much area of material it takes to make the outside of the box. The volume is going to tell us how much space we really actually have on the inside of the box. Now, there is a difference in the amount of crackers. This says on the regular size that we have a net weight of 13.7 ounces or 388 grams. For the family size, we have a net weight of 1 pound, 1.8 ounces or 504 grams. So there's a pretty big difference between the two. Okay, so let's start with what we need. To find surface area and to find volume, we need to follow these formulas. Surface area is equal to 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base times the height. Okay? There is a teacher that a lot of you guys had over at Ramsey, and she will tell you screaming adults equals 2 blondes plus a phone. That's how she remembered that. The other thing is that volume, when we find volume, or the amount of three-dimensional space inside the box, volume is equal to big hair. And she also tells us that device. I think they're really great for helping you remember those formulas, okay? So, screaming adults equals 2 blondes plus a phone, and volume is equal to big hair. Okay, so we're going to use these two formulas to find surface area and volume of these boxes. Okay, now I think that we'll get a better measurement if we use millimeters. Okay, so let's start with our box 1, which is our regular size. Okay, measuring on this box, we've got a length of 1, 2, 3, 4 centimeters and 9 millimeters. So that would be 49 millimeters. Okay? The width of the box is 27 millimeters. And the height of the box, let's see, that is 196. Okay, let's double check this. I said that was 1 or 20. I should have said 207. Whoops. That would have made a big mistake in my measurements. So this is 207 millimeters because I've got 20 centimeters plus 7 more millimeters. So that would be 207. Okay, let's look at box 2 now. And we'll take our measurements for it while we're here. Okay? So we're going to do length, width, and height again. Okay, so length across the bottom. I am exactly 10 centimeters, which would be 100 millimeters. Okay. Then I've got 15 centimeters, which would be 150 millimeters. And the height, let's see, that is 20 centimeters, which would be 200 millimeters. Now, I think it's really interesting that they set it up this way. Now, Alex, one thing I should have brought out is my yellow graphing calculator. If you can set this where it will continue recording, can you go grab that for me? Mm-hmm. I think it's on the kitchen table.
It's going to be a little zoomed out.
That's okay. As long as can they see the paper fine if I leave it here?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Where is it?
It's either on the kitchen counter or over by the window and by the couch. Okay, so we need to get several of these different things for our formulas. I need the area of the base, I need the perimeter of the base, and we already have our heights. Okay, so the area of the base is going to be equal to length times width. So on this rectangle, we're going to have 49 times 207. Okay, according to our calculator, 49 times 207, that's equal to 10,143 and that would be millimeters squared. Okay, on box 2, again, the area of the base will be length times width, which would be 150 times 100. We shouldn't need the calculator for that. That would be moving 2 zeros behind the 150, so 15000, or 15,000 millimeters squared. Okay, now I also need the perimeter of the base. Okay, now we have 2 lengths and 2 widths. So 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. That would be 2 times 49 plus 2 times 207. 2 times 49 is 98. And 2 times 207 is 414. That gives us a perimeter of 98 plus 414, or 512 millimeters. And since perimeter is the length, it's not squared, right? So same formula over here, 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. That will be 2 times 100 millimeters plus 2 times 150. That would be 200 plus 300, which is equal to 500 millimeters. So, really kind of interestingly, the second box, which is the family size, has a perimeter that is less than the perimeter of the regular size. Okay, so let's do surface area first. We've got everything we need down. So surface area of the first box is 2 times the area of the base, or 2 times 10,143, plus the perimeter of the base, 512, times the height, 196. Okay? So 2 times 10,143 is 20,286. And then 512 times 196 equals 100,352. So if I add that plus the 20,286, our surface area is 120,638 millimeters squared. Okay? For our second box, okay, again, 2 times the area of the base, so 2 times 15,000 plus the perimeter of the base, 500, times the height, 200. About to run out of room. Okay, so 2 times 15,000 is 30,000. Plus 500 times 200 is 100,000. That gives us a total of 130,000 millimeters squared. So, actually, the box for the family size is really not that much more material than the material going into the regular size. 120,638 square millimeters versus 130,000 millimeters squared. But let's look at the volume, okay? So, volume for the first box. That's this one, okay? Volume for the first box is the area of the base times the height. So 15,000. Whoa. No. 10,143. I'm switching sides. Okay, 10,143 times the height, 196. So 10,143 times the height, 196, gives us a volume of 1,988,028. So 1,988,028 millimeters cubed. Okay? Now, the surface area, or the volume for the second box, would be the area of the base times the height again. So we're going to take the 15,000 and we're going to multiply it by 200. So 15,000 times 200 is equal to 3 million. Okay, so even though our surface area was pretty close to the same, we're able to hold over 1/2 more volume in this box than we are in this one. So it does hold a significantly greater amount of volume, which would mean more crackers in our box. Okay? So anyway, thank you, Ritz Crackers. I'm glad that we had these two boxes here in the pantry to be able to compare. Again, remember that your surface area is equal to 2 times the area of the base plus the perimeter of the base times the height. The volume is equal to the area of the base times the height. Now, remember that if it's not a rectangular prism, remember that you have to use the shape that's not a rectangle for your base. For instance, if you have a triangular prism, the triangle is the base. If you have a pentagonal prism with a pentagon on either end with rectangular sides, then the pentagon is the base. And this is referring to the area of the base. The P is for the perimeter of the base. The height, H, is the length of the rectangular height. Okay? So, ladies decide to jump back up here. She wants some attention. I'm going to give you guys your assignment, and we'll follow up with another video on Wednesday. Hope you all have a great day.